Rise and shine, mothers and brothers, and cheese wedges and handlebars all over the world. Rise and shine. Let it grow and let it flow. Good morning to you. Yesterday I uploaded a video on the regular haircut and why you should get it. And because I work in a damn mall, there's music in the background. YouTube recognized the content as licensed content and shared the monetization and kind of like was on the verge of like not allowing the video to post publicly because of, you know, when you're walking in a store or a mall, there's the just mall music coming out of the speakers. There was some Christmas song that is licensed material and the video got flagged by YouTube. How funny is that? Stuff happens. So I'm doing it again because I like monetizing my videos, and it's a form of, it's part of my business that I take very seriously. About 10 different businesses that I take very seriously. The regular haircut. If you Google the phrase regular haircut, one of the top things you'll see is a Wikipedia entry called regular haircut. A regular haircut is something that an older generation of barbers and stylists do. Anyone younger than 55 or 60 probably does not even know what a regular haircut is. Ask a barber or stylist, I'd like a regular haircut. Someone that's under 60 or 50. They don't know. They're like, well, what do you mean? How do you want it? Well, there was an era when the phrase regular haircut was actually a type of haircut. A regular haircut is a man would sit in the chair and say, I would like a regular haircut. The barber would drape the person, and the person would say short on the sides, longer on top. And that's it. And that's kind of a classic handsome look. If you just look at any of the princes over the years, look at George Clooney, Cary Grant, short on the sides, longer on top. Now, with that haircut, now that's kind of like what I have right now, although I'm not really groomed up yet until I get to work, because I'm driving to work right now. I pretty much finger style my hair. My days of blow drying and grooming and all that stuff are over with, so I just kind of like I don't part my hair like I used to. I actually just sweep it to the right. And a regular haircut is great for that because you can literally just sweep it. A regular haircut is the classic handsome look. For many people, they would just say, for what I would call the clipper generation, that just snaps on a 3.5 detachable clipper on a Oster 76, or a detachable blade clipper, which is the modern generation. I call them the clipper generation of barbers who can't do anything with scissors, or they get a little bit scared of shears. That's why I kind of like cross-training between barbers and cosmetologists. I had a guy yesterday tell me that I am the only person he knows that uses clippers, scissors, and a straight razor competently all in one haircut. And there's many people they're afraid of a razor, or they're afraid of shears, or vice versa. I know a lot of people that just kind of use tools to take shortcuts, and I don't believe there's any shortcuts when creating a shape on someone's head. It's like Michelangelo carving the statue of David. He believed that David was in that block of marble, and all he needed to do was chip away and carve away the marble that was surrounding David, who already existed in there, and just release David from that block of marble. That's what a regular haircut is. A regular haircut can literally, it's not about a lot of hair hitting the floor, it's about the right hair hitting the floor and creating a shape that is separate. Remember how I said your beard should have its own zip code? your hair should have its own zip code. You should never have a head-shaped haircut, unless you're kind of like a number 2 all the way around kind of guy. And even those guys that just do like a number 2 all the way around, or number 3 all the way around, or a number 1, it helps to have a little bit of a taper. Let's say you're a 2 all the way around kind of guy. It helps to have a 1, 1.5, and then 2 all the way around, to kind of like taper it up, so it looks like the haircut's kind of coming in for a landing rather than this. It just almost doesn't look right if it's just like one blade all the way around. But a regular haircut, some people say a 3 sides and back. That's the clipper generation that would say that. I would basically, I don't even like using the numbers anymore. Give me a 3 on the side and a 6 on top. To me, that's not a haircut. That's part of haircut factory chains. A 2 on the side, a 4 on top. I don't like that. It's quick, and then just edge it off, and nothing is tapered, and everything is like weird ass lines. Just really, just horrible looking haircuts. That's why I like a taper that goes down to skin, low, medium, or high. I'm gonna change lanes because looks like there's more damn traffic on this road on the way to work. So a regular haircut pretty much goes up the side of the head and then departs from the head when the head curves. So if you have a plane like this, okay, that 3, or the scissors, go up as far as about the temple, and then that curved part, which is horseshoe shaped around the head, gets shaped with shears, scissors. And what makes or breaks a haircut is what the stylist does to the parietal ridge. Keep that in mind for those of you that are in the hair industry. It's easy to cut the top, it's easy to cut the sides. When you cut something that has a curve to it, if you cut it too short, you end up with a porcupine horseshoe around the head. If you leave it too long, then you end up with like a mushroom kind of look. Come on, man, get out of my way. The ride to work, amazing. I'm telling you, you gotta be set in your, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be sure about your own mental attitude and emotions before you get in your car, because traffic will always throw you off. And every ride to work for me, there's always like 2 or 3 things that could just kind of make me bob and weave a little bit. So a regular haircut, go to an older barber or say to your current barber or stylist, I want a regular haircut, and explain that to them. Short on the sides, longer on top. The variables are this. This is how a regular haircut can change. There's different types. If it's much longer on top, then you can pompadour the top. You can agitate the root, put some gel or pomade on it and make it longer, higher. You can add height. That's kind of a neat thing. The other variable is low, medium, or high taper in the back. I don't use the word fade. That is a word that's only been around for about 15 years, not even 20 years. And that came out of the urban barbering movement, and that's fine, but I don't use the word fade at all. It's a taper. And of course there are some just experts in hair out there that are gonna, they're fade masters, and that's fine. I don't even like the way fades look. I just think I hate the way they look. I don't do them. I don't line up beards. I don't do fades. That's just not what I do. People come to me with my length hair and longer and bigger beards. If you're lined up in your hair and your beard, I'm not your guy. I can do it, but I'm not your guy. I can't. You can probably get a $20 fade anywhere. A decent one for $20. but I'm not the guy to do it. The other variable is the length of the sideburns. A lot of guys will use the glasses area. You know, like when you wear glasses, they will use glasses as like the cutoff line for the sideburn. And for many guys who are former military, that's a look, they like it higher. I like my sideburns about mid-ear. For me, that works really well, the mid-ear sideburn. And tapered down a little bit as far as the density and length is concerned. Like for instance, with a 3, I like to do my sideburns with kind of like a 2-ish, for lack of a better term, because I hate using blade numbers. That's just I'd rather use length. So give me a 1/4 inch length on my sideburns up to 3/8. I like that. I like that a lot better. What are the other variables in a regular haircut? You can put a part in it. You can put a hard part, which you tap in with trimmers. You can just sweep it to the side the way that I do. It's a very easy look. It's out of the shower and literally shake it. You don't have to blow dry it. If a haircut is done right, you're not going to have any hair sticking up. If there's any swirls, I have a wicked cowlick in the back, and actually right here, this hair grows forward. When you go against a cowlick or a growth pattern, you get height and sticking up and rooster tails. And I try to avoid that. When I cut a person's swirl or cowlick, I cut it as if there's a wagon wheel on it, and I cut up each spoke to the center, to the hub, which is the middle of the swirl. And that way the hair lays down. If I just try to mow it down, one of the biggest problem when I fix people's haircuts, if somebody goes to a haircut factory and gets buzzed, 9 times out of 10, the clippers are used too high on the head. They mow down the cowlick, which then it takes 3 weeks to a month for that hair to lay down. And you've all had bad haircuts like that. It's people just rushing and not knowing what to do. A customized haircut is a haircut that you cut up and around the spokes of the wagon wheel, and that cowlick just lays beautifully. A regular haircut is also great for guys like me who have receding and thinning hair. I find when my hair is longer, it's more see-through, more transparent. So I find that I like my top a little bit shorter. You can see that I'm receding, you can see that I'm thinning. What's interesting about the regular haircut with someone like me is that I can part it, I can sweep it to the side, and I'm not covering any bald areas. Now, in my receding, I have these alleys, someone called them alleys, kind of going back. And a lot of people will take hair from another area and cover them, which can be kind of awkward because everybody knows you're covering it, and it's better just to roll with what you have. And I have the same philosophy for haircuts that I do for beards. Let it roll naturally. I'm not a fan of all kinds of enhancement systems. I've actually practiced in my industry using various methods. I'm not into. I don't do toupees. I don't do cover-ups, sprays, the sprinkle-on fiber, anything like that. Creating fake hairlines and all this kind of stuff. I don't do that. Keep it natural. Don't try to cover anything up. A clean, short, finger stylable haircut with the option of comb styling, comb or brush styling, is probably the smartest haircut for a guy with thinning and receding hair. Don't try to make 3 hairs look like 5 hairs. It just doesn't look right, and you're spending too much time obsessing over your hair in the same way that people obsess over their beards. A good stylist is going to take what you have and make you absolutely crazy handsome. A regular haircut is also good on women, except the sideburn area can kind of come to a point with little wispy sideburns, and in the back, rather than tapering, you kind of point cut the bottom, the nape of the neck, and a woman can sweep it to the side, and that's called a pixie cut, and they are sexy and cute as heck on a woman. They're not boyish if they're done right, and the thing that makes a regular haircut on a woman distinctly feminine is the sideburn area and also the nape of the neck. When you look at those two areas, you can take almost like a guy's haircut, do it on a woman but leave the sideburns wispy, and point cut the nape, and it's very feminine, beautiful, sexy, easy care. And women who get a pixie cut, an easy care pixie cut, not even a stacked bob kind of thing or an angled thing, just a cute, smart pixie cut, a lot of those women never want to go back to anything else ever again, because they love how fast they're out of the bathroom in the morning and the less time spending on their hair, and they can, and whenever you change hairstyles, change your clothing colors and your makeup colors for the women that are watching as well. And if you decide to go gray, silver, or white, change your makeup. You have to change your colors. You have to. Otherwise, you'll look washed out or old, as many women are just so afraid of looking older. Nobody wants to look older. You just want to look good for your age. And that's a smart thing. I know a lot of women who, when they went gray, they changed their makeup scheme, their color scheme, and that just works wonderfully. And it's actually required in order to look your best, actually. If you just wear the same stuff that you did when your hair was darker, then you're going to feel kind of awkward. So rock some new colors in the same way that you're rocking the silver. Rock the new colors in the makeup and scarves and accessories and so forth. So I hope I described a regular haircut to you properly. It looks great in jeans and a flannel shirt. It looks great if you're in a tux. You can gel it up, wax it up, paste it up, clay it up, blow dry it, get out of the shower, do nothing to it, sweep it, part it. It's a fantastic haircut with about 3 or 4 solid variables for men and women that totally customize it. I hope that helps, and I hope that gives you a little bit of hope for your hair and your hairstyle if your hair has been very frustrating for you. I do specialize in guys that are receding and thinning to help you look as smart, as masculine, and as handsome as you possibly can be. And just like Michelangelo released David from that block of marble, I like to think that I can bring the handsome out of every man and the beautiful out of every woman. Have a great day. See you.